Hi and welcome to Louis Reviews. And it's still broken. This is gonna be a spoiler review, warning for spoilers of Endgame. If you haven't seen the movie, then do not watch this review because I'm gonna go through what happens in the movie, what it is about, and everything, and so on and so on. Because there is a lot of people out there that don't think that I saw the movie. These so-called trolls, and people say that I'm lying. I haven't seen the movie. I have seen the movie because that's what I do. I see movies and do reviews, so yeah. But you want the film ruined, so here you go. Warning for spoilers. If you haven't seen the movie, check my other review that it's spoiler free. This is gonna be major spoilers the entire movie. Okay, here we go. Spoilers. The movie opens with a quiet scene, and then you hear some birds, and then you see Hawkeye and his family when they're shooting arrow. And that's right before Thanos does his snapping thing. And it's a barbecue they're going to have. It's a nice moment, and then they are gone. And then you see Tony Stark in space. He's playing games with Nebula, and that's when he records his message. And he's about to die. And then Captain Marvel comes and takes the ship back to Earth, where they come together with the rest of the surviving Avengers. And they want to have their revenge, and they try to track Thanos, and Thanos uses his glove, and they can track him. So they go to his planet real quick. This is like the 10 minutes in the movie, and they find him and they kill him. They killed Thanos in like 15 minutes because he's weak. He has used his glove. He almost died. He had no chance, and then Thor, he got pissed off, so he just chopped his head off with the Stormbreaker. With the Stormbreaker. And that's the opening of the movie. He died, and then you have a title that says 5 years later, and I was like, okay, this is. I did not expect that. And then you see this how the world's trying to. Live on, go on with the business, but the people are gone. Thanos is dead. There's no way to bring everyone back because the stones are destroyed. When Thanos did his snapping, he destroyed the stones, so that's what he used them for, to have his snapping forever. And then somehow Ant-Man comes back from his quantum dimension when he was in the end of Ant-Man and the Wasp. And for him, he doesn't know what has happened. If you want to know how he come back, his car is in a compound, and a pigeon, or was it a rat? I think it was a rat that tramples on the keyboard, and it brought him back. But for him, it's been like 5 minutes. So that's sort of like a time travel thing. And the theme of the movie is time travel. They go back in time. That's what I didn't want to say about the movie, because that's a huge spoiler. You don't see that in the trailer, nothing. And that's they try to figure out how to time travel back in time to get the stones before Thanos gets them. And but it's not that easy, because they only have a little few left, because they used the Pym particle, and that's the only thing they have left. And Tony and Captain, when Tony arrives back to Earth, he's real sick, and they go into an argument, because Tony said, yeah, we needed a suit of armor before, but no one listens. Blah, blah. And when Cap says, yeah, we will lose, then we lose together. Yeah, they did that too. So they're still in disagreement. But then 5 years later, they sort of have this idea how to travel back in time. But they need Tony's help, because he is a clever guy, and he doesn't want to do it, because now he has a little daughter. He lives in a cabin with Pepper Potts. She did survive, and he's having a good time, retirement, and a kid. So he doesn't want to go back in time, because then his child will be gone. But they find a way to go back in time, because there's a certain time in those years in New York where there are 3 stones, and they're going to get the stones. They're going to undo what Thanos did, and then they're going to leave the stones back, and that way the time flow is continued, and the new timeline too, so they can bring everyone back and still have the kid from his kid. So that's the movie. So they build this machine and they travel back in time. They travel back to 2012 to New York when Loki arrives, and you can see them not interact with each other, but you see the mayhem that happened there. And then you see stuff from other points of view from the time traveling Avengers. And you can see Captain and the Hulk, and you can see Captain fight himself. Sort of like extra scenes from what happened in that movie, how Loki escaped, and they had the sphere and stuff like that, the scepter, and so on and so on, and that was really cool. And then they traveled back to 2014, and then the Scarlet Johansson, no, I mean Scarlet, Black Widow and Hawkeye, they traveled to Vormir with the ship that Tony was in space with, because they fixed it. They traveled to Vormir to get the Soul Stone, and someone has to die. But anyway, that's, you see how Loki escapes, and Bruce Banner goes to the Doctor Strange's house, not the house, but the temple in New York. But he's not there because she said, "Yeah, you're 4 years too early." Just her there. And the Hulk is a perfect mix between Bruce Banner and the Hulk, so he's super strong and green, and super smart with Bruce. So it's a cool mix there. Let's see if I have my mic on. Yeah, I have my mic on. Just have to check. And so on. But then again, back to Vormir. You see the Red Skull telling them the same thing. To get the Soul Stone, someone has to die. And Hawkeye and Black Widow get into a little fight. Who's going to go? And they both want to sacrifice themselves, but yeah, there's a emotional scene there when they fight. And what happened is that they both go over the cliff, and Hawkeye wants to rescue her, but the first people that die of the main Avenger is Black Widow. She dies. Hawkeye gets the Infinity Stones. He's not Hawkeye anymore. He's like this Ronin. Because after his family died during these 5 years, he's been all around the world, because humanity is the half of humanity is gone, but there's still some bad people like Yakuza and criminals. So he's going around like the Punisher and killing them all. So, but nothing gonna bring his family back like that. And the Red Skull said that after this is undoable. When someone dies, they're dead. They're not coming back. And so on. Then you see Thanos a little bit before, but not the Thanos from Infinity Wars, but this is the Thanos before everything, because this is a time traveling movie. So you see the young Thanos, and there's a malfunction with Nebula, and he sees like a recording, and they're trying to figure out what that is, and that's a recording from the future. So now Thanos knows that they're going to get the stones, so he travels to Earth, because after everything goes up and down, Captain and the Avengers that go back in time, they meet the younger self. Tony met his father, and Captain America, he saw Peggy, or Penny, Peggy Carter, yeah, Peggy. So they all have some like emotional moments there, but after they do the snap, everything's fine. Everyone is back, and I do mean everyone. That's what I say in my review. It stars everyone in all the movies except Vision. He's dead. No Vision. So, but when I say everyone, I mean everyone. Like you have the Tilda Swans from Doctor Strange and Wong, everyone there, and, and people from Shield. That's what I meant with everyone. So yeah. Right after they do the snap, everything is back to normal. You have like 1 minute, and then Thanos just blows the Avenger headquarters to hell, and shit goes sideways, and because now he wants the stones. And that's when the third act starts, and it's really cool. Lots of great scenes, and right about when they are about to, um, what's it called? Almost when they are almost defeated by Thanos. Then you see Mjolnir, because Mjolnir is back, because Thor went back in time and met his mother. And Thor, by the way, he's big, long hair, and he's fat. He's been drinking beer for 5 years, so he's like this big, yeah, fat Thor. And it was, like I said, it wasn't what I had expected, like a time travel movie and a fat Thor. So that's it. And but he gets Mjolnir back, and he has Stormbreaker back too, because he gets Mjolnir from when he travels back in time. And when everything goes to shit, they're almost defeated. You see the hammer come, and who has the hammer? It's Captain America. He has the hammer. And together they do stuff and stuff like that, and try to defeat Thanos, but he's quite powerful. But he ends up with Thanos get the Infinity Gauntlet, and he does his snap, but nothing happens because there are no stones, because Iron Man has them. He says, "I am Thanos. I'm inevitable." And Tony says, "I am." He's real bad. He's hurt real badly, by the way. He said, "I am Iron Man," and then he snapped, and that almost kills him. Then everything turns to dust. All the bad guy Thanos turns to dust. Everything is reversed. Everyone lives. All the bad guys dies. And a cool scene there when they're almost defeated. You see behind Captain America, you see Doctor Strange and a lot of wizards opening up portals from Wakanda, from all around the globe and places. And everyone comes out. Black Panther, Drax, Groot, everyone, and it's so epic. And then they have the big fight, but they defeat Thanos, and the second one to die is Tony. Tony Stark dies because he did the snap. It took a lot of energy from him, and he dies. He had a very nice moment there with Pepper Potts, and it's a big funeral. And Captain America is going to go back in time to leave the stones in the right place. And he does that, but he doesn't come back. He was supposed to go back in 5 seconds and then come back, but he doesn't come back. And when Sam and Buck is looking there, they see someone by the lake, and there you see a very old Cap. And he passes on his shield to Sam. So now the Falcon's gonna be the new Captain America, and yeah, he had a great time, because you see there's a wedding ring in his finger. So he went back in time to the love of his life, and he spent his life with Peggy. And then the movie ends, and there are no end credits, like I said, because there aren't any. There is one small thing, but that's almost like a spoiler. I don't know what that was, but it was at the end, total end. You can hear like a hammer when Iron Man was doing his Iron Man in the cage, and in the cave. You hear 3 sounds. Ding, ding, ding. That's it. That's everything. No scene, no nothing. What just end credit noise. So yeah. So there you go, all you trolls and assholes and stupid people. I have seen the movie, and now I have ruined it for you, because you can't no, you haven't. You have seen. You couldn't just believe me that I have seen the movie. I have seen the movie, and I know what I'm talking about. Now you're gonna say, "Oh, you saw the movie after the premiere." No, I saw it before the premiere, and I'm gonna see it again. So I did this just to shut you guys up, because I saw the movie, and like I said before, it has a lot of spoilers, spoilers everywhere. So that's it. That was Avengers Endgame spoiler review. The time right now is 12 o'clock. It's the premiere today in Sweden. Like 6 o'clock is premiere, so I'm like a few hours earlier that. I can show you what time it is. Let's see, the autofocus. 12. So if the movie hasn't premiere, I could have seen it, right? So yeah, I saw the movie. I never lie. When I said everyone, that meant almost everyone. Okay, that's a little lie. No, that's a spoiler. But anyway, that's it. I'm not going to do more spoiler reviews because I don't like them, because people look them out and then they share them in places and ruin the movie to people. But I warned you before, this is the spoilers. So with that said, thank you for watching, and all your trolls, bye.